So we're going to make a lid for this coiled basket or vessel or vase or jar or whatever you want to call it. And what we need to do is, you could use many different things. I'm going to use a pine cone. You could use a twig. And here's some pine cones of from varying different species. Notice how they're kind of open a little bit. And we're going to incorporate this into the lid as a handle. And in order to do that, what you do is you take your pine cone and soak it in water. And what happens is that the pine cone scales fold in, and when they dry out, they unfurl or open up and lock in your stitching. So we're going to attach this to our coils by letting the pine cone soak in water first. Take our cordage. I have some waxed nylon, and I'm going to just go ahead and make a loop here. Pull that through, and at the base of it, go ahead and attach this, and then cinch this up nice and tightly. Okay. That tight there. Cut some excess off of here. So basically we're going to attach our cordage to the base of the pine cone, and then we'll go ahead and just wrap this around a few times, like so. Okay, we got this wrapped around. Then we take our needle, and this is a bone needle that I made out of pork rib bone, and we're just going to thread this through the cordage that we just wrapped around to lock it into place. And then we'll start to attach our grasses. So essentially, we're just coiling the grasses around and threading and stitching the needle through the previous coil. And we're going to, and as we're doing that, we're also shaping and making sure that the coils are laying horizontally on each other. So essentially, here's the start of our lid, and I'm just coiling around and stitching right next to the previous stitch on the coil ahead of it as we just wrap on. Alright, so we've got a nice coil going. I'm going to splice in some additional thread, and I'm going down. This is the top, so I'm going stitching around and down. So I want to, this is my last stitch here, so I want to insert the needle in that same place and come up. But I don't want to pull the thread all the way through. I want to have the same about the same amount of length as what I left off with the previous thread, and then it's about right. And then what I want to do is I can pull both of them tight, and then I'm going to start twisting them. I just twist them together, and then I'm going to lay them inside of my coil. Then I want to go ahead and take my needle and continue my stitching while I hold on to the other thread. Okay, the lid for our little vessel here, little basket, is about right. I'm gonna taper this off, finish this by tapering this off, and then we're gonna add a lip to it to make sure that it fits solidly within the vessel and doesn't slide about.